Good morning, and we're in chapter 29 today, and we're going to learn a little more. So, Israel's been making a covenant with the Lord in the last chapter a little bit, but now they're going to make the actual covenant with the Lord. So, Moses has been teaching them what it means to have this covenant with the Lord, to enter the promised land. Now he's going to go into that covenant. And I can't remember, why did Israel make another covenant with the Lord? Before Israel entered into the promised land, the next generation renewed the covenant the children of Israel had originally made with the Lord at Sinai. That covenant, along with its blessings and cursings, is described in Deuteronomy 28. Through the renewal of this covenant, the Lord emphasized that Israel would be his people and that he would be their God. This reciprocal covenant relationship is mentioned frequently throughout the scripture, so we will go through it more as we hear them again, but this is them getting ready to go into the land. It brings it full circle from when they should have been going in 40 years earlier to now, and they're remaking the covenant. Do we ever do that? Of course we do. Every Sunday we remake the covenant that we made at baptism. In the sacrament, we make the sacramental covenant. We go to the temple, and though we don't make the same covenants, we're reminded of our covenants in the temple that we've made the first time we've gone in there. So let's go through it. These are the words of the covenant which the Lord commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel in the land of Moab, beside the covenant which he made with them in Horeb, reminding them of the first time. And Moses called unto the children of Israel, and said unto them, Ye have seen all that the Lord did before your eyes in the land of Egypt unto Pharaoh, and unto all his servants, and unto all his land, the great temptations, and he puts tests, I believe, in there, and trials, which thine eyes have seen, the signs of those great miracles. And the Lord hath not given you an heart to perceive, and eyes to see, and ears to hear unto this day. I think what he's saying there is, we've had all these miracles, but it's just more than you can take it. Think about when Paul says the heart hath not seen, ear hath heard the great things which the Lord hath prepared for the children of men. And I feel that that's sort of what he's saying here. He says, you've seen some great miracles, but hey, there's so much more. And you haven't been able to do this because there's just too much. And I have led you this 40 years in the wilderness. Your clothes have not waxen old upon you, and your shoe has not waxen old upon thy foot. I kind of feel that they didn't recognize that one until this point, but I'm not sure. It didn't wear out, and yet maybe they didn't see that miracle as quickly as they saw the parting of the Red Sea and things like that. Ye have not eaten bread, neither have ye drunk wine or strong drink, that ye might know that I am your God. And when ye came unto this place, Shiloh, the king of Heshbon and Og, the king of Bashan, came out against us to battle, and we smote them, and we took their land and gave it for an inheritance unto the Reubenites, and to the Gadites, and to half the tribe of Manasseh. So they're really showing them, look, we've already begun, and I've already blessed you with land. Keep therefore the words of this covenant, and do them, that they may prosper in all that ye do, that ye may prosper in all that ye do. That's good advice today as well. Keep therefore the words of this covenant, and do them. Do the covenant, those things that you covenant with the Lord. Ye stand this day, all of you, before the Lord your God, your captains, your tribes, your elders, your officers, with all the men of Israel, with your loved ones, little ones, your wives, and thy stranger that is in thy camp, from the hewer of thy wood to the drawer of thy water. Basically, everybody is saying that thou shouldest enter into a covenant with the Lord thy God, and into his oath, which the Lord God maketh with thee this day, that he may establish thee today for a people unto himself, that he may be unto thee a God, as he hath said unto thee, and as he has sworn unto thy fathers, to Abraham, Isaac, and to Jacob. Notice he's brought this up every single time when he's talking about the covenant to come there, that this is what he has promised the fathers, that that some things take time, and sometimes it takes generations, but the promises do come, and they will experience that as a people. They're experiencing blessings now, but in the future also, when they're scattered and they need to be gathered, it's not going to just take one generation. It's going to take many generations. Neither with you only do I make this covenant and oath, and this oath, but with him that standeth there with us this day before the Lord, and also with him that is not here with us today. So he's saying, in this, to me, he's saying, well, first of all, it's not just you, Israel, but remember, as a mixed company that came out, anybody that has come and willing to make the covenant is part of this covenant this day, and also those that didn't make it, that remember, this is a second generation. Your parents, even though they will not go into this land, they made this covenant and held it, even though they wouldn't see the land. At least that's what I'm getting from it. And also maybe those that have not joined them yet. But everybody that makes the covenant is welcome, is what I'm hearing from this. For you know how we have dwelt in the land of Egypt, and how we came through the lands which ye passed by, and ye have seen their abominations, their golds and their wood and their silver and gold that were among them, lest there should be among you man or woman or family or tribe whose heart turneth away this day from the Lord your God, to go and serve gods of these nations, lest there should be among you a root that bearing the gall and wormwood, just meaning bitter and poisonous fruit. I love the fact that he uses that, because what he's saying is, why would you do that? Why would you have something that's bitter and poisonous? But that's what's happening when you go to serve other gods. And I mentioned yesterday, I think it was, that I just said, they don't even exist properly except in your head. And the Lord is saying, follow me, I'm right here. I talked face to face with Moses, and I would talk face to face with you as well. And it came to pass that he heareth the words of this, when he heareth the words of this curse, that he bless himself in his heart, saying, this is what if. I shall have peace, though I walk in the imagination of my heart. As I said, the imagination, following God's, they imagine to add drunkenness to thirst. And the Lord will not spare him. But then the anger of the Lord and his jealousy shall smoke against that man, and all the curses that are written in this book shall lie upon him, and the Lord shall blot out his name from under heaven. Every time I read this, the way that I look at it, and they say jealousy, but it's not really like he's jealous of that. It's like, would you as a parent be jealous of a doll that you gave your kids just because they like to play with the doll? No. But what would it be like if they grew up and said, oh yeah, that doll taught me everything and fed me and clothed me and did everything? No, of course it didn't. They played with the doll, and that was it. But to attribute something that can't have happened to that doll, it's like, okay, this has gone way too far. At least that's the way I see it. And the Lord shall separate him unto evil out of the tribes of Israel, according to all the curses of the covenant that are written in the book of the law. Remember, this is a covenant they've made, to stay away from those things that these other people who will be destroyed or have been destroyed, have partaken of. So the generation to come of your children shall rise up after you, and the stranger that shall come from a far land shall say, when they see the plagues of that land and the sickness which the Lord hath upon it. And notice he doesn't say what they're going to say for a few verses. And that whole land thereof is brimstone and salt and burning, that is not sown, nor beareth, nor any grass groweth on therein. This is what they're saying before they say what they're going to say. Like the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, Admah and Zebum, which the Lord overthrew in his anger and in his wrath. Why? Because of what they were doing in those places. Even all nations shall say, wherefore hath the Lord done unto this land? Here's what they were saying. What meaneth the heat of this great anger? So there's the questions. Why is it like this? Why is there this heat? Then men shall say, because they have forsaken the covenant the Lord of their fathers, which he made with them when he brought them forth out of the land of Egypt. That is why it'd be that way. This is saying, this is serious. You're making a covenant with me, and I promise you really great blessings. But you don't go against it. It's not something you just up and leave whenever you want. There will be consequences, because you will know better. For they went and served other gods and worshipped them, gods whom they knew not, and whom he had not given unto them. We've talked about that, about what that means, and really it is quite amazing. They knew not, meaning they made them up anyway. It wasn't like they all of a sudden saw these gods. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against this land, and to bring up it all the curses that are written in this book. And the Lord rooted them out of their land in anger, and in wrath and in great indignation, and cast them into another land, as it is this day. The secret things belong to the Lord our God, but those things which are revealed belong to us and to our children forever, that we may do all the words of this law. There's the covenant. We do this, we do it, and we live it. And if we don't live it, yes, those things will come about, but if we do live it, the Lord will be with us. And we do all the words of the law. We just don't worry about the things that could happen if we just live the law. And I think that's a really good way to start to look at it. And we'll see you tomorrow.